Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the fourth round match, the round 16 match in Auckland of the ASB Classic between Coco Gauff and Brenda Fruhvirtova. For anybody who doesn't know, Brenda Fruhvirtova is very new to the tour. In fact, in this tournament, in the last round, she just won her first ever tour level match. She's 16 years old. She's sister of Linda Fruhvirtova. And it seems like she's going to be quite good because, I mean, she is at the ITF level. She's been winning so many matches. Like, she's crazy. At 16 years old, she has a lot of potential against Coco, who's also very young, but has been around a while. I think both players are, I think Coco is about to serve. Yeah, first point about to get underway. Coco about to serve. What's up, guys? Anthony Hersher calling. Here, let me fix up the kind of layout here. Let me fix up the layout, make myself look a little bit bigger on the screen. Okay, cool. All right. Hey, what's up, Ghost? When do the phase on is the real goat t-shirts come out? I need a couple of XSL for my uncles. Okay. That'd be cool. Take an XSL too. Ghost, cheers. Where's Anthony is the real goat? That's what I'm looking for. Hey, what's up, Robert? Coco forehand through the backhand of Fruhvirtova, backhand Gauff. The forehand of Fruhvirtova, forehand Fruhvirtova. The forehand of Gauff. Back cross court, forehand rally. Now backhand from Gauff. The forehand of Fruhvirtova. It's going to be a challenge here from Gauff. She thinks that the Fruhvirtova shot did not catch the baseline. All right, let me get the score up here. So that's all showing up. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm excited to call this. I went out of my way. I wanted to call this. This is the first quality shot tennis stream with Brenda Fruhvirtova that we're doing to Brenda Fruhvirtova. I think we're going to see a lot more of her. I kind of think we're going to see a lot more of her. So it's 30 love for Gauff, by the way. Backhand Fruhvirtova, that's in the net. 40 love. Hey, what's up, Robert? Thank you so much for the 5. Robert, it's always so fun just to have you on the streams. I appreciate the donos. Thank you, Robert. That's awesome. Well, I've actually been thinking of doing a quality shot tennis merch. You should. I think merch is a great way of like getting the brand and the channel out there. I mean, quality shot tennis is growing quick. I think merch would be a good idea. Be cool. 1-0, 1-0. What's up, guys? Welcome in. Coco Gauff taking Brenda Fruhvirtova. They're playing in Auckland. If you don't know who Brenda Fruhvirtova is, she's currently 117 in the world, 109 in the live rankings. Coco Gauff is number 3 in the world. She's about 300 points ahead of Rybakina. She's about 500 points ahead of Pegula. That's kind of what the rankings are at the moment. But Brenda Fruhvirtova, Czech player, she's won 1 million ITF titles, and you might say, like, that's not like their ITF titles. That's true. But she is 15-0 in ITF tournaments, and she's 16 years old. So if you know anything about like anything, that's ridiculous. Only 2 other women have ever won 12 ITF tournaments before they turn 18. She's won 15 and she's 16 years old. So she's doing something right. 15-0 in those finals, which is just crazy. She's like every other week I see Brenda Fruhvirtova wins ITF title. Like when she moves up to the tour, she's winning a lot at the at like kind of lower tiers, which means something. It doesn't mean everything. So we'll see how she fares. But also, for example, she played the first round of the French Open last year, first time she got to play the French Open main draw. She was up a set on Rybakina. Rybakina was her opponent in both sets. She was up 4-3 in a break in the first set and 2-1 in a break in the second set. So she can play a good ball. Still grown. There's a lot of room for improvement, but I've had my eye on her for a little bit. So I think she'll be good. Backhand, the backhand of Gauff. Forehand, Fruhvirtova. Across the net to the forehand of Gauff. That misses. 30 love. 30 love. She does prefer clay, though. This is hard courts. She does prefer clay. OMG, that's impressive. Yeah, it's crazy. 15-0 in finals. Take this too, Robert. She is, I was looking into her exact record. She's 7-2 in ITF junior finals, played throughout 2020 and 2021. So it's like, and in three of the last three of the ITF junior finals, she beat her sister Linda in the final. And then in the other, she also beat Mira Andreeva and won the other one. So all the young, all the young goats who are going to win 15, 20 majors, there you go. Mira Andreeva, Linda Fruhvirtova, ITF junior final, future goats, future Navratilova and Serenas. Who knows? I'm just joking around. But a lot of potential. Serve into the net. Second serve coming here from Fruhvirtova. Gauff returning. Kick serve. The backhand of Gauff. Ooh, what a shot down the line. That's a good stroke from Gauff. 30 all. 30 all, 30 all. Coco's looking for a big season. Same thing like Yannick on the men's side. They're kind of the people are like looking at them like, all right, come on, rise up, rise up, rise up. Like you had a great end to the season. Prove what you got. It's 2024. It's your season. I think both of them are so mentally strong and so smart and intelligent and just such hard workers, Yannick and Coco, that I don't have big worries. Even if they don't win like the Golden Slam this year or whatever, I think that they're going to do well. So backhand. And that just catches the line. It's a challenge from Coco, though. Another challenge coming. Everyone waiting to see if this Fruhvirtova shot was on the line. And it was. It's deuce. It's deuce. Another talented woman from the Czech tennis machine. Absolutely. You know it. It's crazy. There's so many good Czech players now. So many. Or sorry, not deuce. I got mixed up with the score. Fruhvirtova holds. It was 40-30. Fruhvirtova holds with the backhand winner. 1-1. Sorry about that. Got mixed up with the score. Gauff, forehand. And that goes out. Love 15. Like I said, Fruhvirtova has played the big players. She played Rybakina at the French Open. That was a good match for her. Fruhvirtova does prefer the clay. 14 of the 15 ITF titles that I keep mentioning, but 14 or 15 of those titles were on clay courts. So she's more of a defensive player, but listen, I think she can attack the ball as well. From the tennis I've seen her play, she can hit through the shots, especially off the forehand side. From what I've seen, which I'm not going to pretend like I've seen a lot of her, but from what I've seen, it seems like she's a little bit too defensive, and her defense falls a little bit too short in the court at the moment. She still needs to pack on some muscle, gain some experience, but the more she can like attack and hit through the ball, especially off the forehand side, that's when I think her game can really work at the moment. Maybe in the future, her defense, when she packs on some muscle, can get it more power on the defense. It can work better, but I think at the moment, the more she can attack is the better, because Coco will take advantage of any and all short balls that are past her, especially on a hard court. Forehand Gauff, the forehand of Fruhvirtova, forehand of Gauff, the forehand of Fruhvirtova, cross court, forehand of Gauff, forehand of Fruhvirtova attacking the ball. I like to see it. Forehand Gauff, that's good. Great athleticism there. Get there in no time. Forehand Gauff down the line, backhand, that's good defense. Smash. Oh, Fruhvirtova's there. What a get. Backhand Gauff, that's in the net. Love 40. Great get from Brenda. Great get from Brenda. Hey, what's up, Max? Good to have you in here. What's up? Let's go, Coco. Okay, Coco is playing one of these other young players coming up. And it sounds like a silly thing to say, and I know it, but what if this is like a rivalry in the future? We could be looking at a rivalry. We could be looking at the first match of a rivalry, a la Sinner Alcaraz Paris in 2021 or something like that. Brenda Fruhvirtova is climbing fast, so we'll see. Anyway, whatever happens, it's 1-1 and it's love 40, 3 break points at the moment. It's a double fault, 2-1 for Brenda Fruhvirtova. Wow. She goes up a break. Suddenly more eyes fall on the match. Interesting. Good early start. Yeah, what's up, Max? Good to have you. What's up, Robert? I hope Coco improves her forehand. Yeah, she definitely needs it. It got better towards the end of last year, but yeah, it can still improve a lot. It's no Rybakina forehand. It's no Sabalenka. So we'll see how she keeps improving that shot. What's up? I just can't believe the 2024 season of tennis has already started. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, we had like a 5-day off season, but you know what? I don't mind. Like, I'm still like, I kind of still feel like I need a break because last year was so crazy. But yeah, I'm in. I'm excited for the Australian Open as well. Hey, what's up, Sean? Anthony, your picture's crisp today. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I got more of like a white background. Maybe I should experiment with like a different background. I always use my regular like black background. Maybe I should do like just white walls. Maybe that's better. I don't know. What's up, Sean? Good to have you. Me too, Anthony. Still trying to adjust with the new year in the tournaments. Yeah, same. I've been a slacker. I've been slacking. Because first of all, it's impossible, right? Because I live in the US and it's like I'm going by Eastern time. Nadal match is at 3:30. I'd actually love to watch the Nadal-Kugler match, but I just don't think that's a liable option for me. I have to wake up. I don't even know where to find it. I guess I'll find it on Tennis TV, but it's like the women's matches like in Auckland and Brisbane, like Raducanu matches. This one, it's like, I don't know. It's hard for me to look at all the tennis going on already. I'm like, Jesus Christ, we just started and Sabalenka and Rybakina are going to play a final. I'm like, can you give me 2 seconds to adjust, please? No rest for the weary tennis fans? Yeah. Brenda at the line, 2-1. It's crazy. The backhand of Gauff. That goes out. Not a great start from Gauff. A few too many errors. What's up, everyone? If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We do WTA, we do ATP, United Cup. In between, we do everything. Join in. 15 love. Forehand Gauff. The backhand of Fruhvirtova. Backhand Gauff. The backhand of Fruhvirtova. Forehand of Gauff. To the forehand of Fruhvirtova. Forehand. That goes down the line. Backhand Fruhvirtova. Back to the backhand of Gauff. Backhand slice. Fruhvirtova into the forehand of Gauff. Steps in a little bit. Forehand Fruhvirtova. Right there. That's great depth. Backhand of Fruhvirtova now to the backhand of Gauff. Gauff's not really hitting that well from the back of the court at the moment. She's hitting a lot of errors. 30 love. Okay. 30 love. Like I said, it's a round of 16 match in Auckland. Round 16 match in Auckland. I said it right at the start of the stream, but Brenda Fruhvirtova literally just got her very first WTA level win in the first round against Anna Blinkova. So, and she did it in straight sets. Got through qualifying, won a couple of matches in qualifying. So that's pretty cool. 30 love, 2-1. Backhand. That's a good shot from Gauff. A lot of power off that backhand. Backhand's better than the forehand. You don't want to go at the Coco backhand. How do you think the Emma and Svitolina match will go? I mean, that's an interesting one, right? Because Emma is way more aggressive. She just goes for shot after shot. I'm quite excited about Emma at the moment. This is the most excited I've been about Raducanu since the U.S. Open. I reckon that she's going to have a much better season here, and then let's see over the next kind of few years how she can grow. I don't expect her to win the U.S. Open this year, but how it's going to go with Svitolina. Svitolina's been looking really good. I think it's going to be a 3-set win for Svitolina. So I think Emma will show up, but I think Svitolina will win. It would be wonderful to see Rafa winning in Brisbane. Yeah, we'll see. He's only played one match. I don't like to go off of one match for anything. So I'm interested how he plays against Kugler. I have the weird inkling that it's going to be a little bit tougher for him against Kugler. Now that there's when he came into the team match, he had absolutely zero pressure on him. Now you see comments on Twitter like, yeah, he's won the Australian Open. It's like, well, things are different now. So we'll just see. I'm going to wait to make any Rafa predictions whatsoever. I will say that going into the Brisbane draw, my prediction was he loses to another lefty, Hugo Humbert, in the quarterfinals, which is a very aggressive game style versus defensive game style. Not that Rafa's fully defensive, but forehand squash shot, forehand of Gauff into the forehand of Fruhvirtova, way out into the deuce side, and that goes out. So it is deuce. Coco gets to deuce on the Brenda serve. Coco gets to deuce on the Brenda serve. But yeah, my prediction for Rafa was quarterfinals, but if he's playing his best tennis, then, I mean, watch out, Hugo. Watch out. If Rafa's playing his best, then almost no one has a chance. Serve out wide, forehand Coco. The backhand of Brenda. Backhand Coco, that's a great backhand. Forehand Coco now, cross court. Forehand Brenda, back cross court, forehand. The backhand of Brenda, that's a great backhand cross court. And Coco wasn't expecting it. Slice into the ground. Great hitting from Brenda so far. Not as much from Coco. She's not looking like the Coco we saw at the end of 2023. I agree, Anthony, how Rafa will play day by day with this comeback. Yeah, because I expected Rafa would, if he feels like he's ready to play, I was like, I think Rafa will have a good level in his comeback. It's about maintaining it, having good longevity to play a full season and maintaining that level. I think that's the most important thing. So we'll see. Advantage here for Brenda. Serve, Fruhvirtova into the forehand of Coco. Backhand, Fruhvirtova. That goes out. Deuce. Deuce. Coco staying alive in this game. She's looking for the break. U.S. Open champ. That's a good serve from Brenda, by the way. Advantage to Fruhvirtova. Rafa's forehand was definitely ballistic yesterday. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, Nadal was crushing the forehand right away. It's so crazy. Nadal is like, whatever, like, he's different from any other player in that his intensity is just different. Like, you know when you're watching a Nadal match. That goes out. Not only just because he has one of the weirdest forehands ever. Like, not only is it one of the best forehands ever, it's also one of the weirdest forehands ever. Which, by the way, that's like another thing. People like think that you can only have a really good forehand if it has like perfect stroke production and it's like by the books. Most forehands aren't like that. Like Roger, his forehand, he was always picking it up from right off the baseline. He was literally doing half volley return of serves. Rafa looks insane when he's hitting the forehand, like ridiculous RPM. So you can have a weird forehand, still be pretty good. Forehand Gauff, the backhand of Fruhvirtova, forehand Gauff, attacking inside out. But yeah, his forehand was amazing. He was being super aggressive, and his intensity is just different when he steps on the court. Hope Archer Feast, practicing at the Rafa in Kuwait last month, was stepping stone for Feast. Absolutely. I've been high on Feast for a while. I think he's going to be a major problem in the future. Breakpoint here for Coco. Breakpoint here for Coco Gauff. Brenda at the line. Serve. Fruhvirtova down the tee. That goes out. Second serve. Second serve. This is a big moment. Big test for Fruhvirtova. Forehand. Ooh, that's in the net from Coco. That's a bad miss. That's textbook. You got to make the return serve on a big point. Textbook. But yeah, Rafa's forehand was definitely crazy. Thanks everybody for joining in. Robert, Max, Sean, Ghost as well. Deuce. By the way, I'll go over some other players in this tournament as well for anybody who hasn't been following super closely. I kind of needed a refresher as well. Who's playing in the event? Forehand, cross court to the forehand of Fruhvirtova. Forehand of Brenda, the forehand of Gauff. Into the ad side, backhand now. Cross court, forehand cross court, the forehand of Coco. Now it's a forehand rally, forehand again to that forehand. Brenda runs around, hits a backhand. She likes that backhand. Forehand for Fruhvirtova. Ooh, way out into the corner. That's great aggression. Forehand cross court. Ooh, just can't. Goes for the perfect forehand corner, and maybe goes for a little bit too much. Advantage to Gauff. I'm sure for a lot of people, it's the first time watching a Brenda Fruhvirtova match. I've watched a couple, but not at the WTA level. Well, I've watched her play an Australian Open match last year. One match, but she's a good watch. So, all right, let's see what Coco can do to break here. Break point. Serve down the tee, backhand. Fruhvirtova into the backhand of Gauff, forehand Fruhvirtova. Forehand of Gauff. Backhand Fruhvirtova down the line. It's a good shot. Forehand Fruhvirtova. That goes out. Coco breaks back. 2-2. 2-2. Coco breaks. What are your thoughts on how Holger has been playing recently in Brisbane? I mean, listen. Who was it? Kecmanovic, I think he played. Is that right? Whoever he played today, I felt like his opponent was playing a good level, but he was also playing high. No, not Kecmanovic. Who was it? He went 3 sets with somebody. I'm trying to remember who it was. Shevchenko, that's right. Yeah. So I'm high on Shevchenko. I think Holger's playing pretty well. He went 3 sets versus Purcell, 3 sets versus Shevchenko. The little bit I saw of the Purcell match, he didn't look as solid, but against Shevchenko, I actually thought he played quite well, especially in the 3rd set. So I like it. I'm just going to gauge it as we go later into the season, more so, especially with all the coaching changes that he's had. But listen, this is the first time he's won 2 completed matches in an outdoor hardcourt event, which is just crazy. So he needs to get or at least like of an ATP outdoor hardcourts event, something like that. So he needs to get that confidence in that way. Love 15, by the way, for Brenda. Love 15 for Brenda. But I haven't watched enough. Like I haven't watched even a full set of a Runa match. Like I've just seen bits and pieces, so that's all I'm going off of, to be honest. I've been slacking. It's just like the off season. I was like, wow, I thought it's been such a short break, but I'm trying to get into the gist of things. And like I said, the time zones are just tough. Serve down the tee, backhand Gauff. The forehand of Fruhvirtova. Ooh, that's a great forehand. I think she makes it. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. I've got a bit of a funny question once we get to the 2-3 game or changeover. Forehand Fruhvirtova, the forehand of Gauff. Cross court, that's a good shot. I think she makes it. Yeah, 15-30. I've been slacking off as well with these matches. Yeah, Max, it's hard to keep up, but luckily there's highlights on YouTube. Yeah, I watched the Demonor Djokovic highlights. I've watched the highlights of Sabalenka and Rybakina this morning as well. But yeah, some of the matches definitely been slacking a little bit. It's easier when you can watch in real time. 15:30. I was thinking about doing an all-nighter and doing the Rafa match, but I think I can't do that tonight, unfortunately. If Rafa plays like Hugo Humbert, I might stay up to do that because that would be fun. A late-night Rafa Humbert match call. Forehand cross court, the forehand of Gauff, down the line, backhand Fruhvirtova. Oh, what a shot from Fruhvirtova. Coco's like, who is this girl? Who am I playing right now? Who is this girl? 15:40. And Lori, keep her away. Keep her away. I'm the young girl on the block who's rising up. Keep her away. I've already seen Mira Andreeva. Obviously, she's the GOAT or whatever. That's fine. I can deal with that. Keep her away. Gauff at 15:40. By the way, the winner of this match plays the winner of Sun and Gracheva in the French player Gracheva in the quarterfinals, which is a great chance to reach a semifinal. Really good chance to reach a semifinal. It's good serve from Coco, 30-40. Her serve is something that was looking really good towards the end of last year, giving Brenda too many chances early, 30-40. Just got to get more free points on serve. Serve, the forehand of Fruhvirtova, backhand Gauff. The backhand of Fruhvirtova to the forehand of Gauff. Forehand Fruhvirtova, cross court, forehand Gauff, pulled out way out wide, open court. Ooh, she goes back to where Gauff is, though. Hard. When that goes out, she had the open court, did Fruhvirtova. I reckon she should have gone down the line. Deuce. Deuce. Sean, is Brad Gilbert still coaching Coco? Yes, he is. And Brad will be down in Australia. And by the way, guess who got the scoop? Guess who got the scoop on Brad Gilbert still being down there for Coco in Australia? QualityShot Tennis. It was Matt on X/Twitter who asked Brad Gilbert on Twitter, "Are you going down to Australia to watch Coco?" And he said yes, so gave the thumbs up. QualityShot Tennis with the inside scoops. There you go. By the way, speaking of these young players, Mira Andreeva won today. She beat Samsonova, who we know how good Samsonova can play. She beat her 6-2, 6-1. Andreeva's a problem. She's going to be a problem on all the surfaces. Wimbledon 4th round last year, too. Madrid quarterfinal or something. Forehand Gauff. Ooh, that's a good shot. Gauff storms ahead 3-2, she says. Nope. You're not taking the lead here. It's not going to – there's no upset alerts. Calm down, everyone. 3-2. Get to sleep, David and Faison. We need you to be up in 8 hours for the Rafa match, Robert. Yeah, exactly. Well, who was it? Patrick did great calling the Djokovic de Minaur match, but I don't think he's able to do the Rafa match. Yeah, David and Faison, like, they're 5 hours ahead of me. I guess it would be better schedules for them, ? Right? Because I guess at 3:30 a.m. for me, I guess the match would start at 8:30 local time, but I don't think anyone could do it. That's a butt kicking. Samsonova is excellent. Absolutely. I've had my eye on Samsonova, and they just yeah. Andreeva is a problem. Her stroke production and the way she hits her shots is amazing. She looks so complete out there. And I'm very high on her kind of mentality. And I don't know. She has a very kind of funny, very kind of genuine personality, kind of wild. I think sometimes people look at that and just see that almost as a weakness or vulnerability. But you look at Serena when she was young and she was the same way. I think that's a good trait. Somebody who's super genuine and is willing to work hard and improve themselves. I don't know. I don't know if that made any sense, but anyway, I have a question though. So this question makes no sense in the context of things. It's a silly question to ask, but what do you think is going to be Coco Gauff's career high ranking in singles? And what do you think, on a best guess, is going to be Brenda Fruhvirtova's career high ranking in singles? I just thought it'd be a fun question to ask. That'd be fun to ask. I thought it'd be fun to ask. What do you guys think? Gauff, I think we're going to see a lot of the same answer. But let me know. What are their career high rankings in the future? At this point, where it's absolutely impossible to predict. Just a random guess. While I see some answers in chat, I'll tell you who else is in this tournament, by the way. 1 second. Let me find it again for the draw. But yeah, the winner of this on this side of the draw, some other players that are still in. Petra Martic, she looked really good in her match. Emma Navarro, Gracheva Sun. So all players that Coco should be able to beat to reach the final. It's on the other side of the draw where there's some really tough players. Boskova, and then also Raducanu and Svitolina are playing later today, which is another blockbuster match. But yeah, that's kind of what the draw is. Svitolina, Raducanu, Coco Gauff, Marie Boskova. Those are some of the danger names in the draw. By the way, for the question I ask of career high rankings, I'm going to say Coco number 1, and I'm going to say, I'll say Brenda Fruhvirtova number 1. Go big or go home, right? Why not, Gauff number 1, Brenda number 6. That's definitely a more realistic guess. I think very few would not pick Gauff for number 1. And yeah, number 6 makes a lot more sense because it's a player with a lot of high potential, obviously being good so young. But first of all, she needs to adapt to all the surfaces. It seems like right now she's especially very good on clay courts. And then the other thing is just not very few people reach the top 5. So definitely a better guess than mine. 15-30 here at 2-3. 15-30 at 2-3. Czech player taking on the American. Serve here from Fruhvirtova. Kick serve to the forehand of Gauff. Forehand Fruhvirtova. That goes out. A couple errors now from Fruhvirtova. She had a strong start, but Coco just remained firm. It's kind of, you feel the small margins of tennis. By the way, Fruhvirtova right back at the line as Brenda. Break point. First serve in the net. Second serve. Second serve, Gauff returning. Kick serve, the forehand of Gauff, backhand Fruhvirtova. Forehand of Gauff, backhand Fruhvirtova. The backhand slice of Gauff, forehand Fruhvirtova coming in, attacking, forehand volley, Gauff run, she's quick. Oh, did she make it? She did make it. What a shot from Coco, 4-2. Wow, that's the speed of Coco. You just felt like she was going to make it, but what she did when she got there, quite impressive. That was a great forehand strike there. It was a great backhand initially, great leg strength, just kind of stood firm and used planted her legs and used that strength to get down the line. And then what a kind of whip forehand to get across court for a pass. 4-2. 4-2, 4-2. What's up, guys? Don't forget to subscribe, by the way, to QualityShot Tennis. We have matches all year. WTA, ATP. Right now we're watching Coco Gauff taking on Brenda Fruhvirtova, who has just won her first WTA level match, but she seems like she's got some potential. Only 16 years old. Young player. 15 love for Coco. And anybody just joining in as well, I just asked the question, what do you think these players' career high ranking is going to be? If you had to take the most wild guess in the world, you can type up in the chat. What's going to be their career high rankings at the end of the day? So wild guess. Kick serve. Backhand Fruhvirtova, that goes out. 30 love. 30 love. The WTA could be a blockbuster this year with Osaka, Raducanu, Andreeva in the mix with the players already there. True. No, you know what? I thought about Sean as well. Yeah, absolutely. That's true. Especially if Emma gets into her best form. And Emma, it seems like grass court should really do Emma a good service, honestly. So yeah, I totally agree. I was thinking very similar. I was thinking also with Zhang, like Qinwen Zhang, like these are players, like if we could get Zhang, Osaka, Andreeva, and then also Raducanu as well, like players like that. Even Anisimova, if she could finally fulfill some potential that I think a lot of people have thrown on her, players like that. And then you have players like Swiatek, Rybakina, and Sabalenka only improving still, especially players like Swiatek who are so young, and a player like Rybakina who's so new to the top of the tour, as all three of each other force the other players to get better. I think we could have a really great era in women's tennis, and especially like Iga versus Osaka on hard courts when Osaka is playing her best level. I know we saw it in Miami in 2022, but Osaka was far from her best. If we could get Osaka versus Swiatek on a hard court in a major final, absolute frenzy. By the way, both players 4-0 in major finals. That would be amazing. I'm manifesting Swiatek Osaka Australian Open final. Gauff is winning Wimbledon, my football. Okay, big call. Big call, my football life. I like it, though. Welcome in. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, that's a big call. I mean, that's where she started up. It seems now to me like grass courts might be her worst surface, but it's like Alcaraz on the men's side, right? Where it's like, which one is his worst surface? It's like he's great at all three of them. So that's what you hope for. She could do that. She might need to improve on the forehand though, and make the serve, the forehand, her aggression, stepping into the court, make that a little bit better. I reckon on the clay court she could do very well. I said it in another stream. I'm kind of having a big eye on her at the Olympics and at Roland Garros. I think she's going to have a really good clay court season, but Wimbledon is a chance. Gauff won, Fruhvirtova 81. Okay, interesting. We will see. Osaka 1, Fruhvirtova 3. Career high rankings. Osaka's already been world number 1, right? Surely, right? Surely, yes. So that makes sense. Fruhvirtova 3. Yeah, that definitely makes more sense than my guess, I would say as well. Surely Osaka's been number 1. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. She wasn't number 1 for long, I remember, but she was number 1. I can see real quick. I don't know. By the way, Fruhvirtova back at the launch serve. Naomi Osaka has been number 1 for 25 weeks. Okay, Okay. Yeah. Yeah, she won the Australian Open, the U.S. Open 2019, and then U.S. Open 2018, Australian Open 2019. And then she was number one for 21 weeks, and then she was number one for 4 more weeks towards the end of the year. Yeah, that sounds right. Serve, the backhand of Gauff. That goes out for Fruhvirtova. More errors coming from the racket of Fruhvirtova. 15-all. I meant Gauff. Sorry. Oh, Gauff won Fruhvirtova 3. Oh, no, you're good. Okay, yeah. So Gauff's number one. Yeah, it seems likely, right? I mean, Gauff has already been world number one in doubles, by the way, which is like, that already is a good sign. Oh, by the way, I was going to mention, these two have never played before, but they have played in doubles. Linda Fruhvirtova and Brenda Fruhvirtova played Coco Gauff and Jessica Pegula March last year in Miami, the Miami Open Masters 1000. And they actually took a set off of Pegula and Gauff, which I like almost kind of remember. But that happened last year. It was 10-4 in the final set tiebreaker, but they played in doubles, never in singles, though, which would be highly what you would expect. 30-all. First serve down the tee. I think it's called good, but it's a challenge from Gauff. It certainly looked good from here, but this is not a place to really be able to judge line calls. Oh, it's in by like a millimeter. You couldn't even tell when they showed it at first. In by a millimeter. Okay. 40-30. Tracy Austin was the best 16-year-old I ever witnessed. Robert, nice. Yeah. It's crazy how good some teenagers play at the start. I mean, you talk about a player like Martina Hingis, who just like went right from when she appeared on the tour. She just started dominating. It's crazy. Forehand and Celis as well as another. Forehand Gauff, the backhand of Fruhvirtova lob way up high. She can do that off the backhand side. A lot of backhand lobs. Very defensive off the backhand side. Forehand, the backhand of Gauff. Forehand Fruhvirtova. The forehand of Gauff on the run, cross court. That goes out. Fruhvirtova gets a hold, 5-3. Let's see if Gauff can close this out. This wasn't an easy set at the start, by the way. Fruhvirtova led up a break. Best teenagers in tennis is a good topic, though. Like Bjorn Borg, Michael Chang, Rafa Nadal, Carlos Alcaraz, Coco Gauff, especially now that she's won the U.S. Open and went on that crazy run last year. Yeah, there's some good ones over the years. That's an ace from Coco, out wide, 15-love. Serve Coco, that's double fault, 15-all. Another serve coming here from Gauff. Serve. Another serve into the net, second serve. Hasn't been Gauff's best serving performance so far, given Fruhvirtova way too many chances. It is hot and humid out there in Australia. That's a forehand, it's shanked, and it goes out, 15-30. Gauff is visibly frustrated. Visibly frustrated. $15-30. Let's see what Fruhvirtova can do. Don't forget Andre and Pete. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good net play from Gauff there. 30-all. Comes to net. It's so crazy to me that like Andre and Pete were like the icons they were, actually with great longevity as well in the sport and just absolute icons, winning right at the top of the game for so long. Pete were year-end #1 for 6 straight years, won 14 majors, and just ruled the tennis world in the way that he did. And then people are like, oh, well, who's going to follow that up? Like, no way. Like Hewitt, Juan Carlos Ferrero, like, no offense to those guys, but like, that's what people are saying. Like, who's going to follow this up? And then now we have the era that we have. So people keep saying tennis is dying and the next era isn't going to be very good. But then you get a match like Sinner Alcaraz at the US Open 2022, and you're like, it's going to keep going. Tennis is going to keep going. Carlos Alcaraz is crazy. Jannik Sinner is crazy. Their rivalry is ridiculous. It's just so fun to watch their matches. And then you have so many just top tier players out there, young players. A lot of depth in the game. Forehand, cross-court, right back to Fruhvirtova, and she had a forehand, but she hits in the net. That's the pressure of the moment. Deuce. Chance for Fruhvirtova to break back. Chance for Fruhvirtova to break back. Deuce. By the way, guys, don't forget to like the stream if you are enjoying it. It really helps out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. It's Anthony Hirsch here on the call. Two young players kind of going at it. And it's Fruhvirtova only in her, just following her second tour, her first ever tour level win. So it's a big match for her early in her career. Forehand, the forehand of Gauff. Backhand Fruhvirtova, the forehand of Gauff. Backhand Fruhvirtova, forehand of Gauff. Backhand Fruhvirtova to the backhand of Gauff. Forehand Fruhvirtova, forehand Coco, the backhand of Brenda, very defensive. Kind of just getting the backhand. Nope, it's not good enough for the Coco backhand. If you know something about the Coco Gauff backhand, don't go there. Especially with something that isn't that strong, doesn't have a lot of pace on it. For sure, Anthony, the future is bright. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, I love to see it. You've been a long-time tennis fan, so it means a lot more coming from you than from me, because I've been watching tennis since 2008, but from what I can tell from somebody who really does appreciate and respect the long history of the sport, and who's really taken in this Big Three era as much as one can, and Big Four era, you could say as well. By the way, set point for Gauff. She gets out of a set that was pretty tricky for her. Fruhvirtova was up a break, but Gauff says, nope, kind of really takes control of the set. Fruhvirtova plays kind of subpar game in the middle of that set. It was really the only bad game she played, but it was enough after Coco kind of took control. And that's kind of a lack of experience and kind of, I don't know, that's the kind of lack of having that kind of mental fortitude that even when the other player, when it seems like you're about to take control of the match and run with the set and the other player goes ahead, that you just kind of don't take your foot off the gas. Just keep playing and just keep going for it. But doesn't have that experience. But yeah. It was a good set, though. But yeah, I think the future is bright, too. I mean, Sinner and Alcaraz, like, it's been quite clear to me that Jannik is an amazing player. I mean, like, it's like the thing, right, of like, you see a guy who's physically struggling and then people are like, oh, he's physically struggling and he's like cramping in every match. Oh, this guy's never going to be any good. Or like he's like 6'2", 6'3", and his serve isn't very good. Oh, he's never going to be very good. Like, he had obvious issues, did Jannik. He was playing pretty poorly and choking in a lot of matches, you could say, in the majors, especially in his biggest matches, like against Alcaraz at the US Open or against Djokovic at Wimbledon or against Tsitsipas at the Australian Open in the 4th round. Or especially against Altmaier, for example, at Roland Garros. And you say, oh, this is a guy who's like mentally not really there. And those are all perfectly fair things. But the other thing that's fair is look at this guy's strengths and look at the fact that how much he's willing to improve himself. Like, those are things you have to look at too. Because listen, you look at the greatest player of all time, whose name is most likely Novak Djokovic, and you say something like, he was perfect from the beginning. He was dominant from the beginning. This guy is superhuman from the start. No, he wasn't even close. This is a guy who had the most double faults on tour. And I believe 2009, he was drop shotting and like crazy and didn't really have the game to compete with, especially the top guys, especially Rafa and Roger for a lot of it. And he was physically cramping, retiring out of matches. And he was kind of the jokester of the tour. He was kind of just like impersonating other players. And people are like, oh, well, you could have said at the time, oh, well, this guy's never going to catch up to Rafa and Roger. Well, so it's like you can't really look for – there's no such thing as a perfect tennis player. Like, you just have to look at who has the strongest mentality, who's willing to improve themselves, who has the best work ethic, who's the most talented. Sinner and Alcaraz are very talented. And the other thing is, obviously, Alcaraz is a talent. He's a powerhouse. This is a guy who just says stuff like, I want to be the greatest of all time. You're like, okay, well, wait. But like on the other side of it, he really does have a very, very good mentality, like unbelievable. And he has a very good work ethic. He actually seems very honest and pretty humble in a lot of ways as well. So it's a lot of encouraging signs. And then you have players like Jack Draper, Sebastian Korda, Holger Rune, Lorenzo Musetti, Karen Khachanov. You have players like Medvedev, Tsitsipas who are still around, Casper Ruud. You can go on and on and on and on with names, Felix Auger-Aliassime. And these are players who you don't only think can be at the top of the game, but you think that maybe they can also like win a title, like win a big title. Like I think this next era is going to be much less hoarded up by like names like Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. Well, all of them are going to be retired. Well, maybe not Djokovic, but they might not win. They're not good. Alcaraz probably. We're not going to have dominance like the big three that are taking up everything. So I think we're going to see a lot more names kind of in the mix. It's kind of my idea of it. And it's a very positive spin on things. Again, I don't know if we can have another era that necessarily is as good as the big three era. Depends what you mean by good. So I'm not saying it's going to be as good, but it's just going to be different. And if you like an era where there's a lot more names winning and earning those wins, I think that's what we're going to get. And Sinner Alcaraz rivalry, which I don't think anyone is not excited by watching more Sinner Alcaraz matches. By the way, Gauff waiting for Brenda Fruhvirtova to come back on court. That's why I saw in Sinner early on a lot of determination, very calm, Sean. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I fully agree. And it's like, it's the thing of like, he's mentally not putting away matches. And it's like, yes, but he also saved 3 match points in Miami versus Carreno Busta. He also won the second and third sets against Alcaraz at the U.S. Open in incredible fashion, beat him 7-0. He beat Alcaraz in a clay final 6-1, 6-1. And it's like, okay, well, we can be dishonest and be like, oh, well, he's definitely like has no mental strength. Or we could probably look a little bit deeper and be like, okay, well, he just needs to put in a lot of work, which he did. And then we got the end of 2023. So also, he's just very talented. The way he can change direction ad nauseum, some of the fastest backhands and forehands, the talent levels are obvious. So he's improved the serve much quicker than I expected him to. And that's why we got the end of 2024. The end of 2023. We're not at the end of 2024 yet. Yeah, I saw the same things in Yannick. And yeah, I'm happy that he's doing well. Because he's definitely one of my favorites to watch. There's no secret about it. By the way, I think Coco is practicing her serves as she's waiting for Brenda. Kind of taking a long, I guess it's a bathroom break, or is it MTO? I didn't see anything, but Coco trying to stay warmed up. Brenda is back on court, by the way. About to start up the second set. All right, Brenda on the line to serve, beginning of the second set. First set was 40 minutes in length. Serve Fruhvirtova into forehand of Coco, forehand Fruhvirtova. The forehand of Coco, backhand Fruhvirtova. The backhand of Coco, that's in the net. 15 love for Fruhvirtova. I have a feeling it's not going to be that easy. Like the first set wasn't easy. I don't think this set's going to be easy for Coco either. On the best bet, I'll say Coco in straight sets, but I think Brenda is going to make equally good of a test in the second set as the first set. That's my prediction. Also, but at the end of the day, I'll say 6'3", 6'3", 7'5" for Coco. It's a good serve from Brenda Fruhvirtova, 30 love from Brenda. That's what always keeps me. That's what keeps me always interested. Recognizing players / teams that you know will be at the top in a few years. That's what keeps me. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and having players to be excited about. And I think good rivalries as well. Like, I get excited by good rivalries. Like, that's something that really sparks my interest. And I guess part of that is because I know that's what brings out the best tennis. Like, you think of almost any tennis match, and it's, well, any tennis match technically, but it's any tennis match becomes one of the best tennis matches because both players push each other to their best levels. But you look at almost any tennis match, and it's a great rivalry at the center of it because they literally force the other player to get better if they want to beat them, and get money at tournaments and and get ranking points and be able to rise up in the rankings. 30-15 for Brenda over Gauff. Serve. First serve in the net, second serve. Serve the backhand of Gauff. Misses it wide, 40-15. Kick serve, the forehand of Gauff, forehand Fruhvirtova, that goes out. I mean, Fruhvirtova's serve isn't bad by any means, but surely she wants to improve that for like the future because it's still not a weapon. Like, and it's normal. It's normal. And she'll pack on more muscle. She keeps working hard. She's been working for a long time with Patrick Mouratoglou at the Mouratoglou kind of academy. But she's had a stark rise up. Like, I'll give you more stats on Brenda Fruhvirtova actually, because I think it's pretty interesting. Like, it's amazing the kind of statistics that you see with her for her age group, how well she's doing even at the lower tiers of the tour. Backhand is well wide from Fruhvirtova though. I think I jinxed her. Deuce. Forehand Gauff, the forehand of Fruhvirtova. That's on top of the net. This could be a Coco break early on, and if it is, then it's looking dire for Brenda to really do something here. Advantage for Gauff. But Gauff has really climbed up to the top tier, and she knows that if she can apply pressure here and keep the pressure on, then that is absolutely what she must do. So she's thinking, this is a big point. I got to step up here. That's what's going on in Gauff's head. Backhand Fruhvirtova. The backhand of Gauff, kind of defending. Forehand Fruhvirtova. That's big, and it goes wide, though. It's 1-0 for Coco Gauff. And my prediction might be soiled because I said that Fruhvirtova would make a bit of a fight here, but Gauff with the early break, 1-0. It's Coco with the early break. I'm excited for that Rafa Kubler match. They're showing it right now. More matches going on later today. Ostapenko, Pliskova, Dimitrov taking on Altmaier, Kubler, Nadal, Sabalenka, Linju, Rublev, Brody. Tomorrow's matches are going to be really, really good. I think some of these don't sound as competitive, even though Jason Kubler versus Nadal, I think that's going to be maybe even a better like match than Nadal versus Thiem, because Thiem kind of went away in the second set. Like, Jason Kubler is sometimes like people have called him like a right-handed Rafa. I like watching Jason Kubler play. Bit of an older player, but I like watching him play. I'll put you on the spot. Your singles picks for the Aussie Open. I've got Medi and Sabalenka. Okay, I'll give mine. First, I want to talk about that. That's interesting. Sabalenka defending the Australian Open title. Could be. She'll be surely out for revenge after losing the U.S. Open final. And Medvedev. Medvedev is a great pick. Robert, if you get that right, then That will be Medvedev's 21st unique title that he's won in his career. And he's won 21 titles. That would be insane. And probably will be his last one, because then has to defend Doha, Rotterdam, etc., which he'll probably win. So that streak will most likely end, but that would be a perfect kind of ending to that. Medvedev could do it. I'm expecting Medvedev to win another hardcourt major in either 2024 or 2025. And now that he has this momentum going from 2023, could be this year, especially while Alcaraz and Sinner are still kind of figuring things out. Like, this might be the time to do it for Medvedev. But we'll see. I like those picks, though. I like Medvedev out Australia because he got to the final of 2021 and 2022, and he was so close to winning 2022. We know that. So it could be Medvedev. Gauff with the first serve in the net, by the way. I'll tell you my picks after this point. I have them ready. We're going to do a QualityShot tennis predictions video like we did for the U.S. Open, by the way. We have more commentators doing that as well, I think, which is cool. More people on the channel doing that video. I don't know when that comes out, but 40 love here for Coco. My Australian Open picks, I'm picking Djokovic on the men's side. I think Djokovic was so dominant in Australia last year. He's won the Australian Open every single time he's reached the semifinal or the final. In fact, I think if Djokovic is going to lose at the Australian Open, I know people are saying Sinner is going to beat him, Alcaraz is going to beat him. Certainly that could happen, especially maybe Alcaraz, who's already beaten Djokovic in a big major final, and is already no doubt about how good he can be in best of 5 sets. There's zero doubts now about that. But I think if Joker's going to go out early, if we're being realistic, could be 3rd round, 4th round. Like when he lost to Istman, like when he lost to Chung. It's when he's not really at his best yet, when he's not really peaking at the end of a tournament. That might be the chance to do it. I don't know who it could be, but I think Djokovic is going to do it. He's just too good in Australia. And then on the women's side, by the way, Fruhvirtova hits it out. Looks like Gauff might run away with the second set. Love 15. My women's pick is out there. Djokovic is obvious as a pick, even though he's injured. I don't put a lot of weight on the wrist injury until we see practices for Australian Open, how he looks in Australian Open. We'll see then, because I'm not going to be like, oh, he's never going to win a Grand Slam again, because that is a mistake too many people have made time and time again to really count him out in Australia. It even happened last year. But for the women's side, I'm going to go with Elena Rybakina. I think Rybakina wins it. And honestly, there's not really a whole lot to say about it, because Rybakina at the end of last year really wasn't in her absolute best form. She wasn't even always healthy. But now she's healthy. She's looking good, and I like her in Australia. She beat Swiatek in straight sets last year. Hot, humid, quick conditions in Australia. She reached the final of Australian Open last year, nearly won it, lost an epic to Sabalenka. She had about a year's time of really good success, did Rybakina, from around winning Wimbledon to winning Rome on clay courts. And then after that year, she kind of slowed down a bit, but I think she's going to do well again 2024. And I think Australia really suits her game. I think Sabalenka is going to be nervous defending the title, and I think that she struggles in major semifinals. That's still an issue. Major final, lost to Gauff, so we'll see. Rybakina is my second choice. LOL, solid pick, Anthony. I appreciate it. Yeah, so that's kind of what I think. By the way, Coco Gauff goes up a double break. It's looking like Gauff is going to run away with this one, 6-3-3-0. Like always, if you joined in, I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the join button, hit the like button. Do all that stuff. We also put out videos on Spotify. We're going to have more of the Tennis 360 podcast. We're going to film a podcast on the January 8th, which is this coming Monday. We're going to get back with that, which is very fun. There's a lot of cool stuff coming. And more live streams. And like I said, if Rafa in Brisbane, if he draws Hugo Humbert, then I might stay up. To call that one, because I almost want to do an all-nighter tonight. It really just doesn't work out for me in my schedule, my sleep schedule, to be honest. But if that happens, then I'll probably stay up and call that, because that just sounds fun to do, to be honest. And I think I'll have time, so. No promises, but I'd be highly thinking about it. And that would be good preparation for the Australian Open, where I'll be up at 5:30 in the morning if I want to call a match. So is what it is. By the way, I appreciate Robert in here, Sean. Who else we got in here? My football life. Max as well. Who else we got in here? Ghost was in here as well. Appreciate everybody stopping in. Fruhvirtova put in a bit of a fight in the first set, but not much here. You go walkover, brother? Do you go withdraw, or do you mean in the Rafa match? Is that right? Let me see. Because I didn't see that. Yeah, withdrawal, you're right. Oh, wow, Umber is out. Okay, yeah, Umber is out. That's good news for Rafa, by the way. Jordan Thompson. All right, thanks for that. Thanks for that. Let me see the username. Thanks for that, Devin. Appreciate it. Thank you for that, Devin. So Thompson, Australian players Thompson and Kubler. To be fair, Jordan Thompson can be kind of a tough player as well. Who did he beat in his first round? Kind of big server. I got to see him in Atlanta. He looked good. In doubles, I watched him play with Max Purcell, who's a very good doubles player. Thompson isn't going to find it. That's just a popular last name. Jordan Thompson. Let me see his results. Yeah, I beat Vukic in the first round. He can be good. Thompson versus Nadal. All right, well, I might wait. Maybe Nadal-Dimitrov. If Nadal-Dimitrov, for example, if that's a semifinal, then maybe I would stay up to watch that. That might be more likely. I thought Umber would be a really, really fun match between Nadal and Umber, but that's kind of unfortunate. 40-15, 3-0. First serve in the net. Second serve, that hits the tape, goes out. 40-30. Serve, Gauff. It's good return, forehand. Back to the backhand of Fruhvirtova. Lob, that's a great lob. Smash, that goes out. Wow, good return from Fruhvirtova. Or no, it goes in, catches the line, 4-0. I thought Coco missed the smash. Catches the line, probably closer than she intended, but she'll take it, 4-0. 4-0. By the way, like I said earlier, Coco has a good draw here. She plays the winner of Sun and Gracheva. And then the match after that, she would have Emma Navarro or Martic. To be fair, Martic just looked like she was playing really well. Emma Navarro can be dangerous when she's playing her best, but really good draw for Coco. She should get through that. And Coco's kind of Australian Open warm-up tournament. And then on the other side are the danger players. Marie Boskova, who was just looking dangerous today. And then also Svitolina Raducanu. Missing a player as well, I believe, but some good names on the other side. Australian Open is just 10 days away as well, which is just crazy. I'm excited for the Australian Open, though. The major events are like, it's what people say. The majors are where it gets so exciting. Backhand, the forehand of Fruhvirtova, forehand Gauff. The forehand of Fruhvirtova, forehand of Gauff. Backhand Fruhvirtova, the backhand of Gauff. Forehand Fruhvirtova, that's in the net. 15-30, it looks like Coco is going to run away with this. But listen, shout out to Brenda Fruhvirtova. I mean, she's just 16. She turned 17 in April. A lot of potential in her game. Just needs experience and time, but it seems like clay courts is going to be her best surface, but she's got a lot of potential. I don't think anybody has any idea yet what her potential is one way or another, but it's definitely something there to be playing Coco Gauff at 16 years old. That's a forehand cross score. That's a winner, 15-40. 15-40. Ever since Coco kind of held that 2-all in the first set, which was a long first 5 games, but after Coco kind of held there, Coco's run away with it. First serve, Fruhvirtova, down the tee, backhand Fruhvirtova, forehand of Gauff, forehand Fruhvirtova, that goes wide. 5-0 for Coco in the second set. She is a game away. Let me see if what other matches are going on, by the way, at the moment. We got Machak and Hichikata are playing the first set. At the moment, Thompson did have a walkover from Ugo and Bear, so that's not going on. Let's see, United Cup, what's kind of going on there? Let me see. Yeah, United Cup later today. Yeah, all the matches are much later. Kubler, Nadal, Sapulin, Arnaldi. Some good matches. All right, Gauff at the line to serve, 5-0. First serve in the net, second serve. Kick serve to the back end of Fruhvirtova. That's in the net, 15-love. Yeah, Gauff has definitely kind of run away with this second set. Appreciate you guys joining in, though. Gauff taking on Fruhvirtova. It was probably never going to be the most competitive match, but it was fun to see rising star. And then also kind of Gauff, who's still also pretty young herself and vastly improving. Gauff is 3 points away here. First serve is well wide. It was challenged. Second serve, Gauff, the backhand of Fruhvirtova, forehand of Gauff. The backhand of Fruhvirtova steps in, but just can't quite get it. I mean, all these shots are just getting away from Fruhvirtova here. It shows a lot of that. If you're looking for a match to kind of define kind of match and experience, and then also match experience, then watch this one, because Coco just knew to just step on the gas right as soon as the second set came. She was very kind of just held solid in the first few games when she couldn't find her best tennis, and Brenda was playing pretty well. And Brenda has just completely just lost the plot here in the second set. So it's kind of what it's been. First serve is a let. Another serve coming here. Serve from Coco. First serve goes long. Second serve. Brenda ready to return. Serve Gauff, the forehand of Fruhvirtova. Forehand Fruhvirtova. The backhand of Gauff. Oh. Coco makes a mess of it. Tries to step in. It gets away from her. I think she laughs a little bit too. Easier to laugh with the scoreline, but that was probably the worst miss you'll see from Coco Gauff in a hot minute. But she'll be okay with it. 30-all. Serve Coco down the tee, back in Coco, down the middle. The forehand of Fruhvirtova, inside out forehand. It's a good forehand. Forehand down the middle, kind of pushing Coco back in Fruhvirtova, back into Coco, back in Fruhvirtova, back into the deuce side, cross-court forehand, back to the forehand, kind of forehand rally now. Another forehand Fruhvirtova. That's a big one down the line. Wow. Brenda Fruhvirtova showing what she's got, though, at the end here. Kind of playing with nothing to lose now. There's what you want to how you want to be playing. Great forehand. Just a clean winner. Gauff can get a racket on it. Break point here. First serve is an ace. Good ace from Gauff. Clutch. Gauff is 2 points away from closing this out. The American is 2 points away from closing it. Serve Gauff. That goes wide, second serve. Second serve, out wide into the forehand of Fruhvirtova, backhand, down the middle, backhand drop shot. Ooh, Gauff guesser, what a drop shot that is. Backhand into the open corner. She could have went right at Gauff there, but she decided not to, which is probably in her best interests, as she had a winner anyway. Advantage. That was an amazing drop shot, to be honest. I couldn't even believe it. Gauff is quick, but she couldn't do anything about that. She kind of just sliced it perfectly. Landed like 3 inches in front of the net and just stayed there. Just popped straight up. Forehand Gauff into the backhand of Fruhvirtova. That goes long. Or no, that stays in right on the line. Forehand Gauff. The forehand of Fruhvirtova. Forehand Gauff. Rally's still going. Forehand Fruhvirtova. That's in the net. Thought the ball was initially out, but caught just the back of the line, I suppose. So it's deuce. So it is deuce. By the way, guys, don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis if you are new. We do WTA, ATP matches all season. We covered the Djokovic-Demonor match yesterday. Pat had the call for that one. We did the Nadal versus Team match. We do matches all year. We had so many big matches last year. We did the Alcaraz-Djokovic final. I believe we got like 75,000 views on that. We do some big matches, big streams, big calls all year. So definitely don't forget to subscribe if you are new. It's advantage to Coco, who has the match point here at 5-0. 6-3, 5-0 over the young Czech teenager. Trying to get it done over the, not Linda, but Brenda Fruhvirtova. And that's too good with an ace down the tee, and that's too good from Coco Gauff. She says, wait your turn to the young Czech teenager, but obviously in this big span of things for Brenda Fruhvirtova, the match doesn't mean a lot for us to be able to judge where she's going to end up, but it says a lot that she's even here playing this match and already got a WTA Tour level win, which is not something that a lot of 16-year-old players can say. And Coco Gauff, who was also good right from when she was about 15, 16 years old. She's been here a while, but she gets a win, the more experienced player. All right, I appreciate you guys joining in. At the end of the day, a pretty easy win for Coco Gauff. It was only tough right at the start. She was down a break at 2-1, and then she got the break back, and then Brenda Fruhvirtova got more chances at 2-all. Then it got complicated, but ever since Coco held at 3-2, she just kept her foot on the gas, and Brenda couldn't really do much about it. Appreciate you guys joining in. Don't forget to join in for more streams. Ring the notification bell to get notified for all the streams. Yeah, thank you, Robert, as always, for joining in, and for the donation as well. Way too kind. I appreciate it a lot. And Devin and Sean, I hope I can do more WTA matches as well in the future. I hope to do more of those. It's great fun watching both tours. And it was Coco getting it done. 6-3, 6-0 over Brenda Fruhvirtova. And I will see you guys at the next one.
Bye.